everyone, in today's video we're going to talk about what people are buying in the coin shop and what people are selling back to me at the coin shop. We're also going to give a 30-day gold and silver recap, and you might be surprised with the results. And we're also going to feature some what's new in the coin shop items. We have a lot of pertinent information to share, a lot of cool things to show and tell. It's going to be a good video. Be sure to stick around. First off, we'll discuss what people are selling back to me at the coin shop. There's been a huge variety lately. I'll just kind of cover the basics and I'll highlight a few key pieces. But for starters, it's stuff that I keep out on this table here. This is kind of my bargain table. I have these green bins. I call them my dig bins, where customers can just come in and dig through the items and pick out cool things. We buy a lot of this stuff over the counter every day. You know, things that we can throw in a $1 bargain bin, Ike dollars, large tokens and metals, oddball stuff. We just pull one out. We picked up this one just the other day. Looks like it has an Indian chief. It's a North Dakota branded souvenir dollar. You can pick that up today for $2. We also buy a lot of stuff that ends up getting thrown in this free bin. No date buffalo nickels, you know, uncirculated Lincoln cents that are already holdered up, things like that. Fair amount of proof and mint sets, novelty currency, and I'm not going to go through these all, but cull type coins. I actually picked up a few just recently. Here's a cull US 2-cent piece. Well, I can't get this focused today. There we go. And some shield nickels are in there as well, but those are 4 for $20 or $7 each for a 160-year-old US type coin. But yeah, so we've been just continually filling these bins as they get emptied out, because this stuff always comes into the shop. Indian head cents, steel cents, wheat cents, foreign currency, and whatnot. So that's kind of the less exciting stuff that comes in, but we do still buy it because this is an important part of a coin shop, having things affordable for all people, all age groups, and the kids really love this table because there's a lot of cool things at a cheap price that they can pick up here. But let's go over to the table here and I'll show you some other cool things that we bought lately. Just yesterday, the last transaction of the day, we picked up this cool monster box of 2012 Canadian Maple Leafs. This is sealed. This was the last customer of the day. Now, I get this asked a lot, why are people selling? Well, various reasons. Some are just taking profits because silver did have pretty nice gains over the last 30 days, and I'll get to that here in a bit in the video. Others are selling out of necessity. For this transaction in particular, the individual, who's actually an acquaintance of mine, told me he got a great deal on a used car and he wanted to pay cash. So he liquidated some silver to pick up that vehicle. So it's not always out of necessity, sometimes it's out of want that people are liquidating silver lately. But yeah, we just picked this up across the counter yesterday. Here's some other things we picked up across the counter over the last week or two. I have 2 trays I'll show you here. We'll just talk about it real quick and then we'll move on. But I used to sell these in the shop. I had a whole bunch of them, but once I exhausted my inventory, I wasn't able to get any more. Well, I was able to buy some across the counter. So we do have some 1-ounce silver Lego back in stock. I just scattered some 90% silver on the tray here. A lot of people are selling back 90%. Most collections or estates or hoards or accumulations of coins that come into the shop here always contain 90% silver coins. Been buying a lot of fractional gold. Got some 1/4-ounce Maple Leafs here. 1 10th-ounce American Gold Eagles. All these came in across the counter this week. $2.50 gold Indian from 1908. And this is really cool, I thought. This is a 100.58 troy ounce, 3/9 pure silver bar from HPM out of Seattle. I have not done the research. I do not know who HPM is, but this is a cool looking vintage bar. If I had to guess, I would say this is probably from the 80s, maybe from the 70s, but really cool. If you guys know what HPM out of Seattle is, drop it down in the comments for me. I'm curious to know. We kind of joked, my last name starts with an H. So we were saying it was my last name, Precious Metals, but it's not my other family business. That's not true. But I have another tray of some interesting things too that people have been selling back to us at the coin shop. And then I'm going to tell you a cool story. before we go on to what people are buying. This week, I had one individual sell 7 graded 1-ounce gold US coins back to me. He was doing some home improvement and ran short on funds. But we bought some proof gold buffaloes, some MS-70 gold buffaloes, MS-70 American Gold Eagle. We also picked up some reverse proof gold buffaloes too, which I don't have down here in front of you, but people are liquidating gold right now. And there's a lot of people buying gold too, and I'll get to that, with it being, you know, at or near an all-time high in US dollars. We bought this cool set. This is a 2-coin set, 2012, San Francisco mint. These are actually first day of issue, but that typically doesn't add any value, but it's a proof 70 and a reverse proof 70. But beautiful coins. If you're an American Silver Eagle collector, this is a set you'll want to pick up. Had an individual sell a tube of these rounds to me, which I'd never seen before. Awakened a Sleeping Giant. It's an antique version. It's commemorating World War II. The War to End All Wars. This commemorates World War I. I should show you the other side. They all look like this on the other side. But I thought these were cool. I'd never seen these rounds before. And then there's a Don't Tread on Me. The American Revolution is what this is commemorating. But yeah, I have a tube of each of these available. Actually less than a tube because I've sold some. Had somebody sell a vintage Engelhard silver bar, 10 ounce, not in great shape, but still it's an Engelhard, so that's kind of cool. Platinum, you know, the weirdest thing, over the last 2 weeks, I've bought 13 ounces of platinum across the counter from the public. That's unusual. I rarely have platinum in the store because it just doesn't sell. It's not one of the hot metals that's in people's minds and on their radar in terms of investment grade bullion. But I do have platinum in stock right now. We have a Valcambi Swiss and we have the Argor Harius 1-ounce carded bars, both very high quality bars. I had somebody sell me, I think we got about 60 or so of these 1/2 ounce Walking Liberty silver rounds. Just walked in, didn't want them anymore, sold them and took the cash. So we have some 1-ounce silver rounds. We have an entire monster box of these beauties. These are 1-ounce Morgan design silver rounds. These are 3/9 pure silver. Beautiful coin, but we have an entire monster box of those and more on that purchase here in a bit. And then we got this jumbo copper bar. We actually bought 3 of these. My dad kept one. We sold one to a good regular customer of ours. Joel, if you're watching, yes, I'm talking about you. And he's actually going to stamp it with the weight. These aren't stamped. But yeah, just a cool hunk of copper, really, that somebody made on their own and didn't want anymore, and we bought it across the counter, so we have that available too. But I said I would do more on this purchase quick. Now we're getting into kind of the end of what people are selling to us in the coin shop. But we had an individual, as I film this, it's a Friday, September 27th. On Thursday, September 26th, I had an individual walk into the store. I didn't know this customer. I'd never met him before. And he asked if we're buying silver. I said, sure. I gave him a price. He said, well, I have 3,500 ounces that I want to sell. I said, 3,500 ounces? You're talking like 7 monster boxes of silver rounds? He said, yeah. I said, do you have them with? He said, yeah, they're in my truck. So I said, okay. Well, so I gave him my dolly, and he went out, loaded it up, came in, and we worked out the numbers, and gosh, I think it ended up being over $130,000 because he also sold 10 1-ounce gold bars to me. He just basically said, you know, it's none of my business, but I just asked, oh, you must have a better investment opportunity. He said, yeah, I found somewhere else I can put my money into. But we had one person sell 3,500 ounces of silver in one transaction. So that kind of caught us off guard. Thankful for my friend Dave in the business who helped finance that big purchase. And we're actually shipping some of it off to Dave at Coin Husker. So shout out to Dave for helping out there. Thanks so much. But anyway, there are people selling. I mean, there's some days there's more sellers than buyers, but typically on a normal day, honestly, lately it's been pretty even, which is unusual. I would say, a more normal market, there's far more buyers than sellers. And that necessitates the need for coin shop owners like myself to rely on wholesalers more to source product. Well, I haven't had to do that very much lately because I've had so much coming in from the public. So And that's just a small sample of the type of things that people are selling back to the coin shop. One thing I didn't put on here are common, Morgan, and Peace silver dollars. We've bought a lot of those again lately, so watch for maybe a flash sale where we give one away if you purchase a certain amount again, coming in the future for that. So next, let's talk about what people are buying from us at the coin shop. So what are people buying in the coin shop? Well, one of the ever popular items that still remains very popular is 90% silver. It includes Mercury dimes, Roosevelt dimes, Washington quarters. Sometimes we have standing Liberty quarters sprinkled in. Walking Liberty halves, Franklin halves, and Kennedy halves. All these are 90% silver by weight. They still remain a very popular choice for people who are looking to invest in precious metal. We sell a good amount of 90% silver every single day. So it still remains quite popular. We'll come back to gold here. Silver, in this case here, let me move some things here. There we go. But yeah, silver bullion, mostly 1 ounce pieces, remain very, very popular in the shop. Usually people are buying out of these green bins right here. So that includes 1 ounce silver rounds, uncirculated examples, impaired silver sovereigns. Can't really see inside that one, but uncirculated silver sovereigns. Those include Krugerrands, Maple Leafs, Philharmonics, Australian Kangaroos, British Britannias. Certified silver eagles aren't selling very well, but we do have those available also. But impaired silver eagles remain as a good seller, as well as uncirculated silver eagles. And of course, the more smaller size bars, 10 ounce bars, 5 ounce bars, 1 ounce bars. We do have a whole lot of certified silver eagles in the shop right now, not just there, but there, and we have more in the back. But those aren't moving very well, so perhaps we'll do a flash sale on those coming up. Is that something you'd like to see? If so, drop it down in the comments. And I think we'd probably even include proof silver eagles like you can see on that tray in the back there. So we have a lot of proof silver eagles as well. But let's get back to gold, because gold is the big thing in the news. It keeps pushing past all-time highs. And I get a lot of new customers in each day asking questions about gold and buying gold, even at these all-time high numbers. So, we got, actually I don't even have any 1 ounce American gold out on the tray because I'm about out. This week alone I had one customer buy 20 ounces, and then I had 3 or 4 others buy 2, 3, 4, 5 ounces each. So that has kind of depleted my supply. I got more on order. But gold remains very popular despite the high prices. I get asked about it almost every day. I get phone calls from new people almost every day as well. And as I said, people coming in the shop wondering about it and wanting to buy it. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the 30-day gold and silver market recap. And you're probably going to be surprised when you see these actual percentages, because despite gold getting all the attention in the news right now, it underperformed when compared to silver over the last 30 days. I'll show you why. Check it out. Lastly, we'll discuss the 30-day gold and silver prices. I like to do that periodically to give people an idea how the metals are performing, not just as a whole, but against each other. First, we'll put that 30-day silver chart up, and as you can see, the low closing price over the last 30 days was $27.93 per ounce. The high was $32.15 per ounce, which is a 15.1% increase from high to low. 15.1% from low to high on silver. Now gold, on the other hand, we'll pop up the gold chart, looks very similar in terms of shape and ups and downs, but gold had a low of $2,492.95 and a high of $2,672.62, which only equated for a 7.2% gain. That was less than half the gain that silver had over the last 30 days. So as I've continued to preach, I'm not saying gold's a bad investment. I own some gold, but I haven't purchased gold for myself in quite a long time because I'm such a big believer in the potential in silver. And this last thing that I just put up here, this 30-day performance chart, just solidifies my belief that silver has better potential for gains than gold. As you can see, it outperformed gold by nearly 8% over the last 30 days from the low to high. Now, you can't always time buying it at the low, but it's something worth paying attention to. And if you look at charts, over the past 365 days, gold and silver are almost at a dead even heat in terms of performance, despite gold getting all the glory on TV and in the news. So don't sleep on silver, folks. That's all I'm telling you. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. We showcased a few things that have been coming into the shop, what people are selling, why they're selling, and we talked about what people are buying as well as the 30-day gold and silver performance. If you could be so kind, please leave a comment down below. Tell us what your favorite part of the video was, or maybe you saw something in the showcases that you thought was cool that you had a question about. I'd be happy to answer it. But if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. We continue to grow. We're past 11,500 subscribers now, and we're slowly marching towards our next goal of 20,000. That would be great if we could eclipse that in the next 6, 7, 8 months. We will see. And feel free to share the videos as well. And if you were watching this and you liked anything at all in the video, be sure to click that thumbs up button as well. But I appreciate you all for tuning in. Thank you so much. Have a great day.